Hey guys, it's Damien from Marketing Food Online, and as always, guys, I hope you're having an amazing day today. I've had a lot of really positive feedback about the nutritional label, online labels generator, the label printing generator software that allows you to create your own nutritional labels, and I'm glad you guys found that helpful, and I do appreciate all the feedback. Thank you for letting me know that it was useful. All right, so what I wanted to do here is I had mentioned before that I wanted to go over the different types of label generator programs they have. And one of them, which is huge because it will save you time and money and a headache, is a free barcode generator, where you basically purchase the UPC number sets and you type them in and you basically generate your own labels and print them yourselves. And of course, you buy the labels through onlinelabels.com, depending on the size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go step by step and explain how this works. Now, this video is not going to show you where to get the barcodes yourself. I'm actually going to do a separate video on that. And there's a reason why, because I want to explain how the software works first. Okay, so you understand how it really works. And then, of course, which type of barcode is one that's applicable or one that you can use for your food products. And then in the next video, I'll show you the different sources where you can actually just buy the UPC sets of numbers. And then go from there and upload them onto online labels software, and then basically print out your labels. Okay. So, this video, I didn't want to, as you know, I try to keep my videos about that 10 to 15 minute mark. I want to get the information to you. I don't beat around the bush. I want you to understand though what the software is and what it's about. And then from there, I can show you where to get the numbers. And then that just makes more sense instead of cramming all of that information into one video. Okay. So really quick recap, if you haven't seen the other videos, onlinelabels.com is a fantastic, I actually use them myself. Their labels are unbelievably priced very well. The quality is amazing. It's ridiculous customer service. It's so fast and easy to get. I've never had a single order messed up or come late or any of that sort. So I highly recommend them because I actually use them. Okay. And so what they've done over the past couple years, I've been using them actually for several years now, but the past couple years, they've got some really amazing right here, some designer tools at your fingertips, which makes it easy for you to basically buy their labels and then utilize their software to create whatever type of label you need. That is another reason why I recommend them. The company's very well put together. Big thumbs up. So, all right, so you have a food product, or if you're looking to create a food product, and one really quick side note, okay, I don't want to get sidetracked, but you have to understand barcodes are mainly for one predominant reason, okay? And you'll probably get reasons from people, if it's a grocery store manager or if it's a company, a corporate buyer for food products. Tracking inventory is the biggest reason why UPCs exist. Plain and simple, it's an inventory tracking set of numbers that allows a company to bring your food product into their system, track it, and know when they're low on a product, and then obviously order more. That's really the basic essence of what a UPC code really is. Now, there's a lot of people who tell you they get into a whole bunch of statistics and data and all that. That's great. All those analytics, fantastic. But at the core of what it really is, if you're kind of confused or not sure, what the heck is a barcode anyways, and why does it have to have it on a product? Well, if you're selling it to Whole Foods and they buy 10,000 of them and they sell 9,000 and they have 1,000 in stock and they need to order more, well, they can track it in their system and see, obviously, your product is selling great. They need more. That's really what it is, okay? Now, with that being said, so Online Labels has this software, and what it is it's actually got 9 varieties. If you're not familiar with these varieties, that's why I'm actually doing these videos. I'm going to show you and break down the different types of barcodes and the sets of numbers and explain to you why they vary so much. Why is there a need for 9 different varieties? This right here is the 9 different types, okay, that Online Labels can print labels for, utilizing their labels with their software. These are the 9 variations. Now, I'm going to go through and explain what they are. The first 2, what I'm going to do is just break it up. The first 2, UPC-A, and then the EAN13, okay? So, as I mentioned, so there's 2 main types of barcodes, okay? And they're used basically across the entire planet for point-of-sale products, what they call. So those are products that are purchased at a register. They're scanned, obviously utilizing the barcode. Okay, and the UPC actually stands for the words Universal Product Codes. Now, EANs, which is this one here, which is a set of 13 digits, which is actually different. It's different than the UPCA because UPCA has 12. But the EAN was actually, it was formerly known as European article numbers, is what they called them. And it's now changed to the IAN, which is the international article numbers. Okay, so these barcodes belong to basically what's known as a database that can identify them basically anywhere on the planet. Okay, that's what those sets of numbers with those little bars are, and it allows that product. If let's say someone in Europe bought my product from America, if I put an EAN number on it, it's a very good likelihood that that company or that grocery outlet or whoever it is that's selling it can utilize those sets of numbers, and they know that it's my product. Okay, that's really what it is. So now, with that being said, UPC codes are used in different countries around the world, such as Canada, Australia is one of them, the UK is one of them, and of course the United States are big users of this type of barcode. So you may kind of recognize, you probably have seen the UPC, it's a -A, as well as the other variation, which is known as the -E. Letter E. These are basically used on most major retail products. If you find them in retail stores, there's like a 99.99% chance that it's one of these two different types, okay? And let me just click on here. So there is the E, and you'll notice that one is, that one has 8 numbers. It's an 8-number digit. It's very similar to UPC-A, but it gives a smaller set of numbers with a smaller type of barcode. And of course, as it mentions here, which is in front of you there, it's for smaller products, okay? So a lot of products, because of the physical size of the package, okay, they can't utilize the UPC-A because it's larger and may print up larger, and just it's not adequate for those size. So the UPC-A and UPC-E are similar. It's just a smaller set of numbers, okay? Now, the EAN barcode, the EAN-13, right? These are mostly used in places like Latin America, parts of Africa and Asia, and even part of Europe. It's kind of a customary, it's like a traditional thing to use an EAN-13 barcode, comprised of basically 13 numbers. And then very similar to, let me show you real quick. Okay, watch this change here. You see this here? That's the EAN-13. Now, the only difference is that it also comes in EAN-8, which is, again, similar to like what we saw up here, right? So the EAN-8 is a smaller version of the 13. And again, it traditionally just has to do with the size of the package. Smaller products can't accommodate all of that information with, nutritional information, ingredient listing, all that stuff. So they've made a smaller version. So that's just a really quick history rundown of what the differences are between those two. Okay, so the one thing you got to understand is that there is a global organization called the GS1, and the GS1 is both the UPCs and EANs are regulated by the GS1 organization. Okay, so just so you understand, it's not some random set of numbers that has no meaning. It actually does. It has a very big meaning. And the GS1 assigns each company what they call a unique identification number, which basically used as the barcode prefix. So that identification number is within that set of numbers, and it distinguishes the products that you make specifically because you as a company are assigned a set of numbers, okay? And then within their system, it can be basically recognized pretty much anywhere within the countries I just mentioned as to, if it's Damien's chocolate-covered pretzel sticks, I would be issued a specific set of numbers, so that distinguishes me. Okay. Now, with that being said, with a little history about what it is for these, that's just a rundown of these here. Okay. And then I'll go over these in another video. I don't want to bore you to death too much, but it's really important if you're creating a food product, just so you understand the background, and understand what you're doing, because every aspect of your product is really says a lot about you. And if you don't know what you're doing or you don't understand it, most importantly, you don't understand it, it's just going to reflect on you. Okay. So understand what that means. Now, so what we do here is we enter the barcode data. So once I'm going to do, again, I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to do one on where you can get these numbers, and you can buy them actually, believe it or not, in bulk or individually. And I'll go over some places that you can understand that you have to make sure they're legitimate. There are some websites that sell barcodes that are not recognized by GS1, and even some barcodes that you shouldn't be buying at all to begin with. And I will help you understand the difference because I've experienced this and basically don't want you to have to do that. So really quick, here's what I'm going to do. How does this label generator work? So you got a UPCA number, okay? And again, that set of number has 12 digits. Now, for the sense and for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to enter the numbers that you see there. Okay, and then not a plus sign. And I'm going to generate a barcode. Now, once you get your set of numbers, now this is just a generic example, okay? So this is actually not a barcode set. Once you type your data here, you specifically pick out what type of barcode what kind of set of numbers are you buying? What do you need, okay? Once you've determined that, then you get your set of numbers, you type it in here, hit that generator, and bam. This is basically giving you a rundown of how it looks, okay? Now, once you have that set, you can, of course, download that barcode. What that means is that you're going to download specifically this set of number with that set of bars, and those lines indicate that it goes with the set of numbers you've been given, and that will give you the ability, when you download it, the ability to print them, okay? So that's the important part. Now, the next question you want to ask, how big of a size? Do you need small, medium, or large? If you go with a small, what you can do is you can check out need blank label. You're going to obviously need to use, again, the labels from onlinelabels.com to do this. Click on Checkout Large Selection, and what's going to happen is they're going to show you there's 41 labels that will fit, that they have in their system that will fit specifically for that barcode. Now, this is where when you begin to develop a package for your food product, you need to figure out the size, okay? So if it's a spice bottle with a lid on the top, you need to measure the circumference, the size around the bottle, and figure out, well, how long do I need my label to be? Is it 1 inch by 1 inch across? Is it, 1 3/4, et cetera, et cetera? And I'll scroll down here really quick. And you can see here, if you have a thermal transfer or thermal barcode label printer, then you have to get these, okay? Because they come on a roll, and it's printed through the thermal process, and it has to match up. Now, these are just, you can get basic labels, inkjet or laser, right? See here? And then pick it out from there, okay? Now, I would highly recommend stick to this if you're starting out, because buying a thermal printer and some of these other kind of advanced printers, in a sense, these barcode printers, are pretty costly. You can find some good deals, but again, your startup business, I recommend you just start small and then see how it goes. You can always buy these later, these types of printers, and then go from there, okay? So I'm going to scroll down to a little bit more, and then this one has a 3-inch core. Well, that means that the inside roll here has a 3-inch core. That is different than this one. You see the size, that little round part? That's different. Okay, so this is the variety. They have a huge selection, guys. Again, I'm going to sound redundant, but they got everything you need to create this stuff, okay? So check this out. That is the explanation. I'm not really much more to get into to explain this as far as the difference between those two types of UPC codes. And then very simple. Just pick the size. You buy the labels, obviously, and then you print them. That's it. It's really that easy. It's super simple. Print them yourself, guys. I highly recommend you print them yourselves. You pay a company to do it. As it goes with anything, if you pay someone else